Hey guys, it's Francisca. Thanks for joining me today. I wanted to show you this beautiful Rumi Oracle deck that I received from a client of mine. Such a beautiful deck and such a beautiful treat, and I thought that I would share it with you guys and do a special message from Source today. But first, I just wanted to kind of open the box and show you guys what's inside. So this is a beautiful deck from Elena Fairchild based on Rumi. And so it comes with this beautiful guidebook, all these beautiful colors that I love. And as you can see, the guidebook is pretty thick. It's got a message, a picture of the card, and then a Rumi poem. So each of the cards, or each of the readings for the cards, starts this way. And you can see there's like 2 or 3 pages, and each one comes with a ritual for you to do, with a little prayer. And as I said, this is a pretty hefty book for a guidebook. Some of these poems are really long, but if you love Rumi, you may love this Oracle deck. But just such a beautiful, thoughtful gift for my client, and I thought I'd share and just do a quick flip through of the cards because these are just too beautiful to keep for myself. So I just wanted to share it with you guys. Look at these colors. I love this watercolor art. I love these muted colors, but these reds are really vibrant. The purples are really vibrant. The yellows, even some of these cards, look at that one. That one's just beautiful. You can just really tell the care and the intention that went into making this artwork for this Oracle deck. And just beautiful symbolism in these cards, just really beautiful. These blues, and oh gosh, this card's just amazing. Look at that. Wow. Oh, look at this one. Look at that light coming from within. Just, oh, that yellow. So beautiful. Just really beautiful cards. They've got a little bit of a glare. They're pretty big, but they're just amazing. And sorry, I can't use any other words than amazing and beautiful to describe this deck. So I thought, again, I'd do a quick reading for you guys with the guidebook. So you can either choose one of the cards. You can choose all of the cards to see how they fit in your life. You can listen to the whole reading. But again, this is a pretty lengthy reading, so I'm just going to, as I said, shuffle the deck and see what message Source is wanting for you today. So this is a really beautiful card, and this one is Dance of the Divine Feminine. And the poem says, if a tree could move from one place to another, it would not suffer the pain of the saw or the oppressive wounds. If the sun and the moon stood still like the rocks, they could not offer brilliance. How bitter the taste of water would be if the river stopped its flow, remaining still like seawater. When the seawater rises to become a cloud, it loses its bitterness and pours the rain of sweetness. I have given you only a few examples. You can figure out the rest. Break away from the self and enter the kingdom of love. Rumi. How can your feet bear to be still when the music is so lush and inviting? How can you hold yourself back from the tide of love when the horizon looms so vast and exciting? How can you not arch your back and respond with ecstasy to the lover's touch, saying in absolute submission, yes, more? You are made to move and grow, to love and flow. Even the mountains change. Surrender the stodgy ways of the mind and become willing to dance to the great orchestration of love. You may feel unsettled, beloved, as though the ground beneath you is not so solid. You may touch it to see. Is it moving? Of course, it is hurtling through the skies, spinning, tilted on its axis. It's amazing you aren't passed out on the floor in utter dizziness. Yet you stand there, imagining you have a choice of not moving. What funny foolishness. Let us laugh about it together. How can you even imagine it? Only through some misplaced fear. It's such a small craziness, really. You can cast it off, that small crazy fear. Let it return to Earth Mother to become fertilizer for the far grander, more exciting insanity of divine love instead. Give up that tiny insanity in favor of the greater craziness of love. You cannot be unmoved by it. The rhythm of life will get you shaking your hips eventually. How could you not become entranced in the gleaming dance floor, shimmering with the possibility and invitation? This oracle comes to you with guidance. Your life may feel as though it's being tipped upside down. Perhaps you feel as though the great beloved, in a feisty mood, has grabbed your ankles and is holding you upside down and shaking you wildly until your skirt is over your head, or the pockets of your pants become freed of their contacts, keys, and wallets, dropping to the floor in disarray. Your hair is messy, your bottom is in the air, and your sense of orientation is nowhere to be found. Blood is rushing to your head, and goodness knows you just want to be put down for a moment to come to your senses. So the beloved will give you that gift, but don't imagine it will last for too long. The great beloved esteems you capable of so much more than being sure-footed and sensible. You are capable of more whirling and stumbling whilst inspired by the music of the spheres. If you just accept the great invitation to dance, there won't be so much roughhousing going on. It won't be needed because your hair will already be in a mess. Your blood will already be pumping, and you'll be sweating, laughing, smiling, dancing. The great beloved will be alive in you, which is all that the grand seducer ever wanted in the first place, even with all the jokes and the horseplay. Disarrayed and disheveled by the divine beloved, you are able to break out of the too ordinary world. You will explore the delight and consequences of rocked boats and upset apple carts, being swept away by love as you dare to dream bolder and wilder dreams for yourself and the world. There is bigger magic for you to weave in this lifetime. Proaic priorities inherited from the world are stuff and nonsense. It's the priorities of the heart that matter to you. If you are ever to right yourself while the beloved is tipping you upside down like a soaring bird in the most impressive aerial dynamics, it will be through establishing right priorities, the priorities of your own heart. So ask your heart what matters the most and attend to that. Soon, you'll be able to find your orientation, even if everything you have once held onto appears to be shimmering and insubstantial, a mere dance of light rather than solid ground. This will become so easy for you because your orientation will flow from within, from the heart, and no matter what shifts and changes take place around you, your entire center will remain strong. This is what the beloved wants for you. Such peace and relief it shall bring you. But perhaps some shaking about is required first in case you are reluctant to give up some mainstays, unaware of how they drain your life away from your heart center. This oracle brings a message also. There's something that you are holding on to, a person, a place, a thing, a belief, a vision, and you need to let it go because it wants to grow. It may grow and change into something utterly different, or it may grow into exactly what you are imagining. Whichever the outcome, growth is happening, and you'll find you enjoy the way much more with the greater flow and support and less bashing of your head against the proverbial brick wall, if you can let it happen. Don't worry if it seems as though your world is coming to an end or you are losing something you once loved. This is just the shaking about of the great beloved to lead you into a deeper, sweeter dance of divine becoming and being. Put your focus in your heart and realize you are ready for more than what you think. Now shake those hips, stamp those feet, close your eyes, and clap your hands. There, that's better already. And now it has a sacred honoring ritual. So if you want, you can say the following out loud. What the caterpillar calls the end, the master calls the butterfly. Repeat it 3 times or however many times you feel is necessary for you at some deeper part of your being to really believe in what you are saying. You'll know when that happens because you'll feel more peace and presence within. And then you will have completed the sacred honoring ritual. Okay, so that's such a beautiful reading. I can't wait to read the second one. Okay, the second one, oh, such a beautiful card. Oh my goodness. Okay, the victory of Miriam. If you are longing to caress the moon, don't turn away from it. If you are not ill, why do you crawl under a blanket to hide? You are in a quarry of sweets. Why do you look so sour? You live in the spring of life. Why are you withered inside? Don't fight against yourself. Don't flee from what could be your glory. Like a fearless moth, dive into the flame. Why be linked to your obsession? Burn out in the flames until your heart and soul are enlightened. Get out of the old carcass and form yourself a new body. Why are you afraid of a fox when you descend from lions? Why be a lame ass when you have the strength of stallions? The beloved you seek will arrive to open the door to your fortune, for love is the key that opens all of your locks. Rumi. Such a beautiful poem. Okay, you feel you are mortal, and I know you are divine. You feel you are not ready for the task, and I know that triumph is only moments away. You reach to me for protection, but you are me, and the protection that you seek is already within you. We are not apart. I am living through all that you are and all that you love, and all that you have lost, and all that you offer to me in surrender. I am you as courage and magnificence, and any task I send to you is simply one of the tasks for which you are born. You are an eagle with wings, ready to soar, so I push you from the cliff top so that you may know yourself. This oracle brings a message of affirmation and success. Your victory is already assured. You are being led into it now. No matter if you believe it is not possible, you are placing more faith in the appearance of distraction or obstacle than in utter success. No matter if you have forgotten for a moment that the divine lives in you, as you, and that apparent failure is only part of the process, the plan through which learning happens, serving ultimate holy victory. Yes, your victory is inevitable. So you're being given this reminder from the Holy Mother, Mary, also called Miriam, and the beloved divine presence of love that she serves. It is a presence that is real. It is a Holy Mother that is real. It is the divine in you that is real, and all else swirls around you so your soul can play. Every challenge and adventure is an opportunity for you to test your mettle and to be what you are in truth. The eagle that flies requires space and an open sky. The tigress requires hunger to drive her to fulfill her being and live her nature. You need what you need to realize your divine nature as a living, holy expression of greatest love. So life is providing for you that your needs be met. Whatever may be troubling you, or as soon as it presents itself, is not a situation or circumstance meant to bring you trouble. You just need to allow yourself to become more eagle-eyed, beloved wild one. It is not what appears that is the source of challenge for you, not at all. It is only how you are viewing the situation. Can you allow yourself to shift perspective? Yes, you know this is the truth. It is only in forgetfulness that fear creeps in. Oh yes, to forget for a moment that you are divinity and to lapse into the erroneous belief that the challenges are more real than the love they veil. No, the real challenge is the attitude, not in any circumstance or situation. Will you remember that all is divinity manifesting and nothing exists outside of it? All is perfectly designed to help you fulfill your being, live your truth, experience your power, and reside in the perfection of your divine, loving heart. Be curious rather than afraid. What is love seeking to draw out of you now? It is always love in interaction with you, even if sometimes you feel like you are hauling a massive rock on your back up the steepest of hills to build a temple at its apex. Yet when the temple is built, overlooking the ocean and a startling burst of golden orange sunset explodes across the water, turning it gold, you'll forget about climbing that hill. You'll just drink in the view instead. You'll forget about what you were supposed to worry about. Oh, don't you hate it when that happens? You'll just have to love in that moment and be peaceful instead. It makes much more sense to notice the sunset than to turn your back on its glory and grumble about how heavy those rocks were. Then, in your inspiration and your forgetfulness, you'll dream of another temple and process the creation, perhaps with more lugging about of great heavy rocks, and it'll begin again. But then, too soon, will another captivating sunset be granted, best witnessed by your newly built temple that renders you speechless and spellbound. This oracle brings you guidance and comfort. Whatever is going on in your life, whether it brings you joy or the deepest struggle, the divine is in you, breaking through into your life. Do not hesitate to trust in it. Embrace it fully and let it have its way. There's nothing that needs to be resisted. You are safe to be wild, to be alive. Let it live with love and let it unfold. The promise of success is yours. So allow yourself to be brought to it, through it, and guiding the wisdom of life that serves love. There's also part of you daring to love, to live, to trust more so than you have before. You are daring to quit the traumatic tendency to relive so many past hurts and aches. You no longer want to taunt yourself with failure and critique. You are less frightened of yourself, so you do not need to sabotage yourself anymore. You are learning love's way and claiming it as your own. This is your path to victory assured. This oracle asks you to trust in your growing optimism. So let the war be over and put it behind you, even if it means weeping with sweet sorrow for relief for a while. The sunset is golden, the struggle is behind you. Now just rest and enjoy the golden glow as you rest with love a long, long while. Now here's a sacred honoring ritual. With your hands in prayer at your forehead, breathe in and out. And if you can, allow your mind to become still. Then say aloud, I call on Miriam, who loves me without condition, to bring me faith, and Rumi, who loves me unconditionally, to bring me oneness with the great beloved. I call upon the unconditional loving wisdom of life and my own divine essence, and I give thanks for all that is. I give thanks for the light that will be born from the darkness, and I give thanks for the fullness of my being coming into expansion now. I give thanks for the grace and mercy that guides my way, and I surrender into the love that is leading me into the divine destiny. So be it. Close your eyes and bow your head to your hands in prayer again, and keep your mind still if you can for several moments. Then, when you feel ready, simply open your eyes and you have completed your honoring ritual. Okay, so this next card is beautiful blues and yellows and purples. It's called the Blessing of Al-Hakim. Sell your cleverness and bewilderment. Cleverness is opinion. Bewilderment is vision. And so that's the little quote from Rumi. The gift of wisdom, the blessing of Al-Hakim, gurgles up from your heart. Her blessing is evoked by life, like the laughter of a babe joyfully responding to the playful tickle of her mother's hand. Wisdom can make divine sense of anything, especially of where logic is blinded. How can I revere the blessing of Al-Hakim, of wisdom, for she is precious and welcome to me now, and always the dear friend who brings me such peace. A blessing of divine wisdom of Al-Hakim is being ministered onto your soul, watched over by Rumi himself. This is soul medicine. It's a spiritual gift of healing, prophecy, insight, and the capacity to surrender any impatient claim for what you cannot yet have. As you receive this gift, this blessing happens at a soul level. Your attitude to life becomes more curious, open, still, and receptive. You no longer have to drive the unfoldment of your desires into form. You rest in assurance that your daily appreciation and effort is enough, and so is your surrender. Mental anguish is soothed, and you are able to accept the unfathomable nature of divinity and its expression in life itself. You become comfortable with the reality that the price of being closer to the divine is the giving up of your need to always understand. From this place of increasing stillness, great activity will flow. You shall become capable of being the surrendered vessel to the guiding divine hand, and truly great contributions to the human soul evolving can occur through you. So much will simply emerge, erupt, pulsate, and emanate out of you, and yet you'll feel from within as though you are doing nothing at all, even while so much is happening through you. Such holy paradox shall become your daily experience. You may feel unexpectedly, perhaps, that in some ways your vision for life and purpose and your divine vision is clearer than ever before, and that in other ways, completely unknown to you, a discovery yet to be made. This is as it should be. Wisdom bestows upon us the same capacity to work with the opportunities that are right before us, to release situations and circumstances that have passed, and to allow the future to take its shape according to the ineffable timing of life itself. This oracle comes with special guidance for you. If you are uncertain about an issue in life, be at peace. There's divine healing that can occur more readily in the unknowing. Follow the sacred honoring ritual and know that all is indeed well, beloved soul. Perhaps your journey is very deep indeed, and your allegiance to your intellectual mind is softening in favor of your allegiance to your heart knowing. You may find yourself craving different company with different interests, or finding the world of opinions and debate rather less your liking, and the worlds of creativity expansion more nurturing and nourishing to your essence. If this is the case, this oracle comes as confirmation to trust in the changes you feel within in all kinds of ways, no matter how insignificant or dramatic they may seem. Know that they are seedlings for a new way, and that they shall grow in one step in entirely new and more sacred orientation in your life. You will not necessarily have any idea of how that will happen or what it will look like. This matters not. The acorn becomes the oak because that is its innate destiny. It happens without any active participation, apart from a willingness to grow through life. So it is with the precious blooming now happening within your soul. To know less can bring the greatest gift and blessing of all, to be able to love and therefore live more freely. This oracle also comes with a special guidance to bring you peace. Look to the old ways, to the ancient wisdom teachings that run as a vein of life of giving love through all traditions. The old wisdoms teach of cycles, of timings, of letting go to allow new life to happen, and of the greater intelligence and the scheme of life to which we must surrender if we are ever to know even a moment's peace. The fire in your belly is a beautiful aspect of you. Just let it be the breath that swirls around and through the heart that ignites it, not the passing, huffing and puffing and impatient mind. For when the fire in the belly is fanned by the breath of the heart, you shall have peace and dynamic movement, restful stillness and soul-inspired action, all at once. You shall become one with the living holy paradox, and the healing power of your love shall know no bounds. Here's a sacred honoring ritual. Say out loud, I call on the divine presence that loves me unconditionally, and I surrender into your wisdom. Bless me now with the ability to accept your grace, your bounty, and your gift of all my life and its mysteries. Help me learn and grow, that I may realize the love that lies within all, including my own being. May I dwell in the loving mystery of sacred compassion. I call upon the wisdom of the ancient ones, those who love me unconditionally and know truth. May your power and knowledge calm my mind and ignite my spirit, so that I may be one with love, empowered in peace and purpose. So be it. Rest, you have completed your honoring ritual. So I love these beautiful cards. Again, just such a beautiful deck from Elena Fairchild, the Rumi Oracle. A really beautiful invitation into the heart of the divine. Beautiful poems by Rumi and quotes by Rumi. And then beautiful readings by Elena Fairchild. Yeah, just a beautiful all-around deck. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to leave me a comment and let me know how this resonated for you. I always love hearing from you guys. And I hope it filled your heart and soul with lots of love and comfort. So that's your special message from Source. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.